The Beach FM Business Lunch Show, brought to you by Placemakers, Kapiti and Horowhenua. Together we're building New Zealand.
Welcome back to Business Lunch on Beach FM with Damian. Proudly brought to you by Placemakers, Kapiti and Horowhenua. Together we are rebuilding New Zealand. And through this time, it's a lot of us have missed our delicacies, if you will. Me, on Mondays, I definitely miss my pies, and it is a great pleasure to welcome in our first guest to the show from Bens Buns in Paraparaumu, Ben Playford. G'day, Ben.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you coping through this time?
Yeah, pretty good. Nice to have a break, to be honest.
A lot of early mornings for a very long time for you. How long have you been doing it?
I've been baking for just over 10 years now. And the bakery's been open since 5.
5. And how is it something that you got into? Because, I mean, Ben, you're a man mountain yourself. It's not exactly, when you look at you wouldn't think baker.
No. I always get told I should have been a basketball player or a rugby player. But my passion for pies and food got in the way of anything fitness related. It's actually started off through a gateway program at school. Like a work experience. And that sort of gives you the opportunity to try things out, see if you like them. Obviously, it's not paid work, so you have to be pretty dedicated. But, thought I'd give it a go and really, really enjoyed it. Loved my free pies every morning, as most people would. And it all started from there.
Outstanding. Well, I mean, where did it start? How does bakery with work for? Is it just like everyone else? You've got an apprenticeship program where you go in and do the hard yards first.
Yeah. So it started off with about 3 months worth of work experience, and then got offered a job, and I said I'll take it if I can get an apprenticeship for it. And the boss was happy as with that. So it's 3-year apprenticeship. If you're onto it, it took me 3.5 years, just because I was a bit slack on the paperwork side of things, as anyone that knows me would completely understand. And probably slacked around for the first year, and then realised that if I wanted to go anywhere, I needed to get that all signed off, so smashed it out as quick as I could.
Outstanding. And that led on to you getting even more motivated to start your own business. How did that come about? Yeah,
well, it's interesting actually. I'd saved up a bit of coin. Obviously, being a baker and working weekends at 2 a.m, you don't really get much chance to go out and spend money. No. So all the money that everyone I knew was spending on alcohol at the pubs and clubs, I was putting into my bank. And I was actually looking at going and doing an overseas work experience, going to Europe and seeing all the good big bakeries over there. And I was trying to plan that out, and then I got a phone call from my friend up here who was working for the Observer at the time doing the advertising, and she said, I found a bakery that's for sale, you might want to come check it out. He seems like he's pretty interested to sell it. And came up, had a bit of a yarn, and managed to get a bloody good price actually for it. And it sort of just all went from, oh, that would be cool, to, oh my God, I now have a bakery.
Wow.
What am I doing?
Wow. What were some of those biggest learnings early on when you did, you went from the guy that turned up and did your hours and left to the guy that makes sure payroll was paid?
Routine and having things in place, systems in place to make sure everything gets done, and, getting all the free advice online and talking to people that have been in the industry or even other industries, just being like a sponge essentially, trying to learn as you go. It was definitely get thrown in the deep end without any floaties or anything. hope like how that you figure out how to swim before you drown.
Awesome. So there was a lot of resource out there, but more than anything, you got to have that mindset to reach out, don't you, Ben?
Yes, yeah, definitely. If I sort of just was inclusive and didn't ask for help or didn't go looking for it, then I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. I've been lucky enough to get a lot of help through various means of people, and that's made a huge difference, I think.
Awesome. 5 years later, you still got Bens Buns down there. How are you feeling about, but going into lockdown before this all happened? How were you with your business? Were you happy with how things are going?
Yeah, well, it's bloody frustrating actually, because it's been 5 years of hard slog working my butt off, and I was finally getting to the point where it looked like I could take a bloody holiday. And certainly a holiday at the place we're living at the moment wasn't on the cards at all. But you got to take what you can get.
Well, now, now you're an enforced holiday. So how has the lockdown been for you? Has the creative juices been flowing? Have you come up with any new ideas that maybe, post-lockdown might make their debut?
Yep. I've sort of for the first week or two, I was trying to think absolutely nothing about baking or the business or anything like that. Just thought I'd enjoy it. And then, starting to write out a plan of when we're going to launch new products and how we're going to do it and exactly what they're going to be like, and talk to a few people that I've wanted to collaborate with a little bit to mix in. I think a lot of businesses now are starting to realise that supporting local is the way to go. So,
absolutely.
Hopefully see Bens Buns teamed up with a few local eateries in the next few months once lockdown's finished.
Outstanding. So any idea, I mean, I know it's early days, but any idea of what level 3, level 2 might look like for Bens Buns?
Yeah, so I've been talking with my partner about it and a few other people, and we were looking at potentially doing deliveries throughout level 4, but morally I just decided, we're in lockdown for a reason. So as soon as level 3 hits, I've got my sister, luckily for me, she's has to work, but there's not much work going on for her, and she's got a degree in web development. So she's building me a website at the moment that will be able to take deliveries, online orders.
Yes.
So we're hoping we'll be able to roll that out. I don't think it will be ready in time if lockdown gets lifted later on today. But certainly by the end of the week, we should be looking at rolling out a delivery service, so everyone will be able to get their hands on the pies and bread and all our goodies that we've got.
Absolute music to my ears, my friend. Absolute
Yeah,
music to my friend. Yes. So where can people find you in the meantime? How can they get a hold of Bens Buns?
At the moment, it's just through our Facebook page. So if you just jump on there and message us or post anything on there, we're pretty good at replying to that. And then I will be hopefully launching that website either today or tomorrow, which will have a few good things on there.
Outstanding work,
and
Ben.
The website will be bensbuns.co.nz, so nice and easy to remember.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being my first guest on my first show, The Business Lunch. I do miss your lunch, so I hope you're back sooner than later, and as soon as that website's up and running, you send me those details.
Yes, will do, and thank you for having me on.